Where you go to college makes a statement about you. This place will become a part of you, your identity for life. The University of Kansas, a great place to be you.
Hi, welcome back. We're here with Jesse and Zach, the presidential and vice president candidates from AdvanceKU. Thanks for coming on the show today, you guys.
Well, thanks for having us.
Thank you very
Appreciate
much.
it.
Yeah, so you guys have both been senators for a long time. What's been your favorite experience from that?
Well, I've been involved in student senate since my freshman year, and I've had the privilege to serve. And one of my favorite experiences is the government relations director, and I really got to know Student Senate through that role when I was out on campus registering students to vote with Rock Chalk the Vote during the 2012 presidential election. I remember having cardboard cutouts of Mitt Romney and President Obama out there, and I saw students taking their picture, and it was just a really fun experience and demonstrated the role of Student Senate, of being out and visible of Student Senate, and making it accessible, and that's what we're trying to do with our coalition.
Okay.
Yeah, and I might want to say, sometimes your best experience isn't always a good experience. I got to do a lot of fee review this semester, and it did take a couple of legislation cycles and a lot of conversations, but it was an experience. I learned a lot of things.
Definitely, that sounds great. So I heard one of your platforms is that you will give students a refund if they drop classes. Is that true?
Correct. So we had a student that has been talking to the business and financial planning up in Strong Hall. And so the idea is that instead of when you drop a class and then you add it, you lose about 10% of what you paid for that course.
Okay.
And so what that does is that creates a lot of paperwork for the bursar's office. It creates paperwork. It takes time. Other institutions in the Big 12 and our peer institutions give you kind of up to a 14 to 21 day period to drop and then add a class, while we do not. So it's kind of just makes life a lot easier. If you just happen to make that mistake, you still get your funds back.
Okay. That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's something that students are going to be able to benefit from, and give them more money in their pockets if they do drop that class. So it's something that I think a lot of students are going to be able to gain a lot out of.
Okay. And so another question, if you guys were elected, the AdvanceKU platforms, is there one that you would implement?
Definitely. One of the ones I love the most is Take Back the Tap. This is a real tangible plan as far as advancing sustainability on campus. We have sustainability platforms as well, and that's kind of creating a plan for Student Senate, how we tackle the sustainability fee. What can students do to create a more sustainable campus? And so, if elected, I think that's a great platform to implement.
Yeah.
And we would work, with Catherine and Ramiro in their slate to implement their idea.
Yeah,
Okay.
we have a couple, and there's a couple of hydration stations already on campus, and those are great. And so it's having those available with students to be able to access that, because it's good to be able to refill your water bottles and not have to continue to spend money to purchase a bottle of water.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. And Zach, a question for you. You were on a committee this year, and one social equity was passed and one wasn't. What was the difference between those two?
Yeah, so I'm a member of the Student Rights Committee, and there was the equity coordinator position was presented in the Rights Committee, and there were individuals in that committee who spoke against that bill, and the issue with that was that they didn't feel like that position, the wording of it, and its responsibilities were too ambiguous. And so in December, after our forum, which I thought was a really good experience for Student Senate in response to all the national news that was going on, the Student Senate generated what is now the Diversity and Inclusion position. And with that position, it addressed the issues that were concerns in the Students' Rights Committee. And I supported that position, and so it's a position that's really important, and we recognize that it was something that was lacking in our Student Senate, and I'm glad that we were able to get Student Senate was able to respond to that issue.
Okay, thank you. And what are your guys' plans on working externally outside of KU?
Right, so if you look at one of AdvanceKU's platforms, it's to institute a student on Lawrence City Commission. So when we talk about external, we got to talk about the communities that KU is in. So I think having a student on City Commission and talking to city commissioners about zoning or sorts of factors that affect off-campus students is important.
Okay, do you guys have anything you'd like to add before we wrap it up?
Just make sure that you go vote next week. It's next Wednesday and Thursday, and voting's online. It's easy. It takes 3 minutes. And also check out the information for both coalition and the candidates. A lot of exciting stuff coming up.
Okay, well, thank you so much for being on the show.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We'll be back with AdvanceKU.
Hey everybody, we made it to Rock Chalk Park. Stay tuned in a few minutes and we'll give you a weather update / some info about Kansas Relays.
Where you go to college makes a statement about you. This place will become a part of you, your identity for life. The University of Kansas, a great place to be you.